Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, Twitch chat. Welcome back to Let Us Play. I'm your host, Father Evan. It's good to be with y'all today. It's good to see you, Mel. Congratulations on the first. You've won the crown first symptom. The crown of a solo victory. You stand high atop the mountain. Just yourself. I'm painting a word picture, as they say. So I'm not going to lie, the music for this game is already stuck in my head, and I haven't even started it. But before we dive into more Yoshi's Island, let's do our little reading from Vatican II. It's the continuation of paragraph 32 from Gaudium et Spes. Hello, Craig. Welcome on in. In his preaching, Christ, clearly outlined an obligation on the part of the children of God to treat each other as brothers and sisters. In his prayer, he asked that all his followers should be one. Ut unum sint is the reference there, Gospel of John. As the Redeemer of all humankind, he delivered himself even unto death for the sake of all. Greater love has no one than this. That's a really weird way to phrase that. That a man lay down his life for his friends. His command to the apostles was to preach the gospel to all peoples in order that the human race would become the family of God, in which love would be the fullness of the law. As the firstborn of many brethren, and by the gift of his Spirit, he established after his death and resurrection a new brotherly and sisterly communion among all who received him in faith and love. This is the communion of his own body, the church, in which everyone as members one of the other would render mutual service in the measure of the different gifts bestowed on each. This solidarity must be constantly increased until that day when it will be brought to fulfillment, on the day humankind, saved by grace, will offer perfect glory to God as the family beloved of God and of Christ their brother. I'm not calling anyone out in particular, but we all know that we are not living up to that reality in the world, and certainly in individual ways in our individual lives. And so we need to challenge ourselves and work on that. Mesozoic Mind, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. How's the museum? Anyway, let's dive on into some Yoshi's Island. I said Yoshi's Island Stream Deck. Hello, Bacon. Bird. Hey, beer fucks. Jump rock zone. Works good. Your dad's been a little ill. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Been acting as a caregiver, so you're kind of exhausted. That is valid. I'm sorry to hear that. Prayers for him and for you and all of that. Turn the game down just a touch. We're gonna listen. 4 hours of sleep? Oh dear. And doing paper research? Oh dear. You sound like a grad student. I hope you get better sleep tonight, Bacon. Yeah, isn't this game just like super nostalgic? Mesozoic Mind. Uh-oh. Come on. Oh, I think it's stuck. Come here, be an egg for me. Yeah, I definitely could have brought the thing all the way over here. What's that censored? Yoshi's your favorite Nintendo character? Goes that saying for you because he's a dinosaur. That's, yeah, actually. Now that you say that, that tracks. I still need to find time to come out and visit your museum. Is Yoshi a dinosaur? Yes, Yoshis are in fact a dinosaur. That is established lore in their very first appearance in Super Mario World. There's kind of an implication, too, that they're, like, a distant cousin of the Koopas. Because, like, Yoshi technically has a shell on its back. And of course, there's the complicating factor of there is the species Yoshi, and there's the main Yoshi that everyone knows and loves, that is Yoshi. Busy season of the museum right now. School groups almost every weekday this month. Oof. Yeah, what? I feel like, yeah, this is that time of year where teachers are just like, I'm too tired. I'm going to give my students to a museum to watch for the day. Which is a valid mood. It's why I tend to avoid certain museums, like, depending on where I am at certain times of the year. So, like, right now, I'm not going to go to the Natural History Museum here in New York. I mean, it's always busy anyway, but, like... Thump, thump. Give flower. Okay, these first few levels that we've had today are actually pretty forgiving considering how vicious we saw this game start to turn last time. Here at Natural History a few weeks ago. A lot of school groups. Oof. Yeah. And, like, I'm glad that kids are there and learning. Hopefully learning, but... Yeah, come on. Hey, Jam. Teams is reinstalled on your computer. Your green screen setup. Or Hypnos being super needy. Oh. Or Hypnos. Oops. Bonked my head. There we go. Next Kingdom Hearts playthrough after Lent ends. Ooh, nice. Which game in particular? Are you thinking just like the original, or...? He's not interviewing for this job. Hypnos, you don't need a job. In fact, I'm pretty sure if you got a job, you'd probably quit pretty quickly. KH2 level 1 crit. Nice. Well, good luck on the interview, Mel. That's why Pentress is dumb. He doesn't even have a job. I like to joke with friends with small children. So how's child so-and-so doing? Oh, they just turned 2? Did they get a job yet? No? What a freeloader. Leave me alone, crab. Why is there giant enemy crab? But my vote? Which one have you not played more recently? Whatever the answer to that question is my vote. Now here's my vote. Make you play Kingdom Hearts 3, but you have to watch all the cutscenes. Well, get down here then, baby Mario. In fact, you only get to watch the cutscenes. You don't get to play the game. I'm kidding. That would be a lynch of penance. Cutscene run might be harder than a great run. Why don't you redo 3 then? Because I'm also playing 3, so you can compare how poorly I'm doing. Speaking of JRPGs, I impressed Chronicle, formerly Empress Chronicle. Now she's just Chronicler of the Stars. But she was playing Ys 10, and I popped and said, "Oh my gosh, I love the Ys games." And she's like, "You played them?" Oh, that was a bad idea. Okay. Oh, I'm panicking. No. No, you go away. Oh, that was close. Oh no, he's recharged. I need eggs. No, I needed... What a predicament, indeed. New Game Plus, how you can have Ultimate and Oath Keeper. Nice. Dang it, see, if you don't kill him fast enough, he can kind of heal. There we go. We got there. And look, that was the end. No, bad Bray herd. Look at the spray bottle. That's called Kirby. That's a horrifying chat to walk in on. Hi, Tantalus, welcome. I knew it was a trap, and I went for it anyway. Right, like the wind. Well, other than the goings-on in chat, I'm doing well. I wonder if Yoshi's nose would be considered to tell. Okay, chat woke up and decided to be weird today, so must be a day that ends in Y. Thank you for the lurk. Have you had chats that aren't weird? No, that's why I said days and Y. IP Tony. Yes, but I do believe that JM said bum, not butt. Which is a distinguishing factor. Oh, you're just ignorant? Okay. Yeah, no, pork butt is actually at the shoulder. It's very good, though. Especially if you, like, slow roast it and you get it, like, nice and, pull apart tender. It's great in, tamales. The more you know. Ow! No, get back here, baby. No! Ooh. I have an idea of how to get up there. That was almost it. Aha! Yeah, they're coins. Leave me alone, bandit. I thought Bandit was supposed to be a popular character, not a jerk. That was close. This is hard on the eyes. You win! A WinRAR is me! Also, Peter, I like how you're like, brace yourself for a series of logistical messages, and then you've said nothing. No, I figured. But since you were here, I had to make the joke. Hookbill, the Koopa's castle. Is Hookbill a verb? Or a noun? You submitted a test a minute late! Well, I hope your teacher isn't a strong stickler for that. Yeah, because of the conversion system that I use to get this to HDMI so I can capture it, it does stretch out the aspect ratio. What do you mean I can't go through the chain? Is this official hardware? It is. I am running this on an actual Super Nintendo. Catholic obsessed with conversion. You know it, Peter. One day we'll get you too. Back conversion rates. Why, the conversion rates of the Mexican peso is up 75%. Is that what we mean? Wait, are we all just economists in the Catholic Church? Dang it. I'm convinced you can make that jump. Or insurance agents. Oh, okay. So wait, which one am I? Okay, so it's not writing that to get there. Can I just make this jump? Why are we talking about insurance agents? Because Mel's an insurance agent. Okay, what am I missing here? Maybe this is what I was missing. I forget that you can swallow those. So there was a secret father? No, I'm pretty public about it. I forgot where the locked door was. Mel! You were like 3 for 3 on that. Explains why he keeps disappearing. No, that's your internet. Hey, Dare Hope. Camera issues? I hope not. I hope the camera's working normally. I think just Peter's being Peter. No, 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 no! You cannot have baby. I'm a coming, baby. Whoa. The L in Mel is for liturgically accurate. Oh, you had scrolled up. Ah, that would do it. It's just like Mel's obviously a tiger. Wait. I'm winning! Oh. It keeps making like a good noise, so I thought I was getting one-ups. Okay. Let's go fight a giant Koopa. And Yoshi rushed into the fog. At first. No thoughts. Oh, it's this one. I think I remember this one. It'll come through for me now! Go forth and watch Yoshi's world! Oh, it's just a Koopa. But what if Koopa big? No, I need egg. That is not how eggs are produced. Even for Koopas. Nope. Come back, baby! Worse than steroid usage. It's magic steroids. Nope. I messed that up. The hitbox is a little weird when the head is leaning back that far. Nope. Nope. Rude. Koopa's laid eggs. Yeah, well, I'm not a biologist. Oh my goodness, I cannot bounce on top of his head all of a sudden. Bird try. Are Koopies and Yoshi's a part of the same phylogeny? I think they're implied to be distant relatives. We were discussing that at the start of stream as well. That Yoshi is a dinosaur, and the thing on Yoshi's back is in fact a shell, not a saddle. Even checking about Mel. You teaching the right lessons about turtles? Mostly that they surf and eat pizza, yes. Hey, only 2 worlds left to go. Mario will be well adjusted, I'm sure. Yeah, look at what Mario is up to in the later games. Blizzard! Oh, now I want a Blizzard. I haven't had a Blizzard in a couple of years now. Sharks like extreme sports and are from the streets, yeah. And it's the pizza cats that deliver the pizza. Look up to Star-Lord, so he can't be that bad. Just gonna avoid that one. Well, the one I'm thinking of is definitely Samurai Pizza Cats. but I think there was SWAT cats as well as a thing. Man, the 90s was a time for cartoons. Yeah, the 80s and 90s, man. Wait, that penguin's flying. Hold on. Oh, biker mice from Mars. See? Of course penguins fly. Did you think they were fish? Peter, you've got to stop using medieval taxonomical systems. They're not effective. This is how you get things like aquatic lizards count as what? As fish, according to the Vatican. I'm using medieval nautical systems? Now, if you're doing that, you might actually be able to navigate your way home. Just me, I'm on Linux. That makes me an expert on penguins. What is the mascot penguin called? This is a factoid I used to know. Tux! This is wearing a tuxedo. And what gifts did Tux bring you today? Did you fix everything from last night's bonus episode? All things that fly are birds. Penguins are birds. Penguins are things that fly. Ah. See, that's actually a logical fallacy. Those things that I said that were working. Yeah! How many hats is K-Max wearing? Look, I'm just worried because you refunded everyone their channel points. You might break a new record on bonus votes for a single episode, which would finally dethrone the Kingdom Hearts episode. I know you'd be heartbroken about that. I feel like I should be able to make it up there. Did you throw the Kingdom Hearts episode? Anything with that. See, I was right. Okay, so I can't jump off of these guys, so that's not... So I must have missed something. Bulbous snow. Oh. I missed the obvious thing. Make a snowball. You see, what's really terrifying, well, actually a good thing, I guess, for my competitors on tomorrow, my dad won't be able to watch. So I'm just imagining how many points he has with the Mega Refund. Oh, a ski lift! We're gonna do a ski jump. Get out of here. You realize how big of a refund I gave? Yeah. I got such a refund because you refunded the tournament I paid for. Nope. Ah, I didn't flutter kick for some reason. Then apparently I just spent a lot on bonus votes. Look at me and my reckless spending. Gotta get golf jambling. There might be some really powerful golf jambling this weekend. What? Why didn't you flutter kick? You hold down jump and you're supposed to flutter kick. There we go. Look at them taking the ski lift. Wow. That dropped me off into a pit, almost. Like, that was not obvious to me where I was supposed to go. How come a number and a black circle show up sometime? What? Oh, the countdown. Yeah, you so it's stars is how you increase it or you hit a halfway point. If you lose Baby Mario, you have base 10 seconds to get him back. You can bank up to 30 seconds if you get the stars to power it up. And if you're below 10, it will naturally heal back to 10. But if you fail, that's when the Koopas come and take Baby Mario away. Okay, no. No. Thank you. See, stars, now the number go up. But if I get hit, number go down. Yeah, this whole level has ice physics. Yay! No, see, there, number. Oh, you can't see it because it's behind me. There it is. Everyone loves ice physics levels, right? It's only zero sum from the whole, Peter. For the individual, however. 2,500 more than down the hole. Oh boy. I wonder what's in the points hole. Peter, I'm giving you fair warning. I'm saving up for door dance now. Ooh, super baby. Nope, nope. Yes, super baby. Oh, that's some real Super Nintendo slowdown right there. Oh, a helicopter level, yay. Spring. Spring. Of course, door dance of golf of yore, everyone must suffer. I don't know what you're talking about. They're great. And not everyone suffers. This game has a lot of great aesthetics going for it. And also, it's incredibly rude, and the level design is evil. No, I've never suffered from a door dance. And I've done them. Mel isn't tired of door dance, see? You know I've suffered. Well, yes. I am human. Stay away from me, penguin. Those spikes are instant death, by the way. Yoshi just cannot handle them. Man, this level is huge. Nani? Although I'm always in the... It's a type of suffering. Oh my gosh, we are skiing! Woo! Let's go, Yoshi. Gulp, 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 gulp. Oh. I jumped in the wrong spot. Ooh. I was worried about that one for a moment. Oh no! I have become Snowball. No! What a Canadian performance. Hang on. Just because this Yoshi is blue doesn't mean it's wearing a Canadian tuxedo. No, I jumped. I disagree. Damn Yoshi. I think that's a Yoshi you can get in Crafted World. It definitely feels like something you can do in Crafted World. Man, Crafted World was super cute, except for that one. There's literally a level in that game where you are being chased by basically Jason. And it's actually terrifying. It's like, my goodness, this is a game meant for families and kids. Oh, that is so rude. That is so rude. At least this section is pretty generous with coins, so it helps you get one-ups. But yeah, I jumped slightly too early because I'm like, Rock, I need to jump over it. And it's like, no, apparently you need to not jump over it early. You need to jump over it last minute so you can jump over the pit as well. Yoshi, I think you need to find a new ski resort to go to. Hey, bud? We did it. We made it. Dropping bombs on you. Yeah, it's the new kind of biathlon. No. We have to fight this giant flawn with a heart. Sluggy the Unshaven. You ever regret playing video games? You ever just regret ever playing video games? Why is there a chain chomp in here and nothing else? I mean, yeah, that is quintessentially what a door dance is, but I think it leaves out the best part. Peter complaining. I just regret mostly working on that. Well, that's good. not going to be able to make it across there just as is right now. Oh, that's not right. No, I probably wasn't supposed to do that. So it probably doesn't help me progress in the level much. It's probably wanted the other one. No, I can jump across here. It's fine. Everything is fine. Ignore what I was saying. We found a pipe. Left or right, chat? Left or right?
The French.
Yes, Orson Welles was touching Fuzzy and getting dizzy then. Reft! Oh, dear. Okay, Max, I think you chose wrong. I think there's better stuff on the right. But anyway. Thank you for the resub, K-Max. 26 months. Ah! No! Give baby. Oh, good. Instant death spikes. Everyone's favorite. Nope. From the middle ring. What middle ring did I even touch? Oh, this one. Okay. Oh, that's actually pretty close to where we were. Is it still good form to show up to team meetings 5 minutes early? If it's a job interview, I'm going to say yes. Good luck on the interview, Mel. Oh, that was not enough momentum. Oh, okay. We made it. No, you can go back to sleep. One danger spike. This game music is giving RuneScape vibes. I can see that. Never really played RuneScape. I played like a little bit of it, but just never got into it. I want to ride over on this. Oh, he scared me there for a moment. What you doing there, Shy Guy? You got a new yo-yo? Showing us around the world? I think in this case, it's a matter of not which game came first, but which was perceived first. But I suppose you would be technically correct, KMax. Just a little trolling as a treat. Okay, boss time. Sploop. Yoshi, to get this far, you must be powerful, but remember, the slug has no weak points. See, you say that, and yet, it has a heart. Why is there hair on its heart? I am not afraid of you, slug. Although you are getting close to the edge here. Ooh. And I keep throwing my shots. Yep. I understood the concept. I understood the assignment. I just need to work on the execution. You kind of love this boss? I think it's a great boss design. It's just... the physics of it can get a little weird. Because of like how things indent and where they hit and what they hit. There we go. I was so close on that other attempt. Might be your 5th favorite boss in the game. It's pretty high, actually, considering there's, what, 12 of them? Peter, that is a bald-faced lie. On so many levels. Haven't played Yoshi's Story for 64? I have. Maybe we'll do that. Goonie rides. We should do that at some point on Throwback Thursday since it's on 64 online. There's got to be at least one level where it's not a lie. No. No, there's so much going on the screen. Big Bowser, Raphael Frog, Pod Ghost. You like the Frog Boss? Okay. The Frog Boss is creative and fun, but also you. Ah, bird. This is just like that movie, Birdemic. That movie is so bad. No, don't get stuck in the... Oh, oh no! No, I'm gonna have to go all the way back. I was right there. Cool small world moment you can't share without doxing your hometown. Oh. But you had a cool small town moment. That's cool. I fell! I didn't even know that was possible! You ever just fall out of the world as a helicopter? It's a pretty neat hobby. I guess that's why it's called Bird Strike. Okay, so I have to make it up there. Basically on the first try. No, leave me alone. No, that's okay. No, no, no. Why is it so labyrinthine? Oh, dear. You're realizing that was confusing. I was saying, what to the return to the beginning of the helicopter portion? Oh, yeah. Yeah. If you don't succeed in the vehicle sections and get to the Yoshi block at the end, you just gotta go, whoop! and try again. I was so focused on what I thought was weird, I didn't think what you thought was weird. Oh no, an auto-scroller. Oh, it's this one. I hate this level because I can barely see where I can stand on the clouds. And of course, they're just filling this level with all the enemies that I can't consume. Don't dox yourself on stream, but to your friends. Kids, this is a joke. Please don't actually dox yourself, ever. Obviously, if you know and trust someone, it's not doxing by very definition, but... Ah, so many baseball jerks. No. No, I like baseball. Leave me alone. No, 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 no! You live in Redacted and work in Redacted. That's a weird way to say the world. He throws so much at you right all there. Like a Lockatoo, Chomp, and the Ghost is just all right there. It's, the line is a thing, is Hoig Laven. Father's distressed. Yes, this game can be distressing. I quite like Yoshi's Island, but it is also a deceptively hard game because you're like, oh, it's Yoshi, it's all cute and everything, this game's gonna be easy, and then you get to levels like this and you're like, why does Nintendo hate me? Nope. Must get the baby. And to any Monster Factory fans out there, we must fix the baby. We did finish the church. It's looking quite nice if I do say so myself. Oh, why? Ooh, so much going on. Out of here, Lockatoo. The fact they throw 2 Lockatoos. Lowercase c, Peter, please. Oh, is this level not finished yet? I hate it. You're not an editor? No, you leave that up to your wife. Also, I almost died there. That little bird saved me. I assume you mean the auto side-scrollers, not side-scrolling in general. This whole game is a side-scroller. Although you could also have that opinion. You could also be like, wow, 2D side-scrollers are the worst. Oh, like, we have to be near the end. I see that green-white stripe ground, and I'm like, yes! Wow, 90 points. That's pretty good, actually. Good enough for me. Not that I ever remember how to or to use those. Shifting. Platforms ahead. What do you mean go left? This is a Super Nintendo game. It's always go right. I see no way that this level will become stressful. Oh, look, it's the prototype of Mario Galaxy. I'm turning birds into eggs. That feels poetic, but in, like, the wrong way. How did I miss that jump of all things? Uh-oh. Kevin the Reader has redeemed a father joke. So y'all know I have a weird candy collection for the candy spin, right? But, like, there are other kinds of candies that I actually enjoy collecting that I don't hate. Specifically, candy canes. I have quite the mint collection. Can you refund me my channel points for that? You didn't pay for it. And even if you did, the answer would be no. I think I still deserve a refund. How about you wait until Friday's episode? You deserve a refund for whatever you do on Friday. You invited me on. Well, your wife did. Look, all I'm saying is I'm banking on one joke in particular, and I'm hoping that one joke doesn't get vetoed. I don't think it will, but yeah, secrets. Okay, that's not where I thought that was going. I legitimately thought that was gonna... I don't know, I didn't expect it to all shift like that. Those are insane eggs. They're Yoshi eggs. They're very good eggs. No bad eggs. You go up now. Well, it's not that I went up. It's... Well, I should go up, actually, but it's that... I crushed myself. I made that block fall, and then I got under it. I'm a genius. But no, when that one block was falling, because of the perspective of it all, I thought everything else was going up, and I was very confused. Oh no, I bonked my head. Okay. Everything's okay. Because every little thing is gonna be alright now. Oh, we survived. Well, there's from talking like you know something to a genius. Do I need to get the mug? I have the mug right over there. Raphael the Raven's castle. Those are ravens? Also, we are walking on a platform somewhere in the stratosphere by the looks of it. Yoshi, you can't go up there without your life jacket. Life jacket. Your spacesuit. Give egg. Give egg. Egg! Give baby. Oh, why do you bounce around like that? That's unfair. That was uncalled for. Oh my goodness. No, 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 no. That's no, 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 that's okay. Everything's fine. I just need to get this back. Yoshi, please. There we go. We made it up here. Where is here? I don't know. Apparently further into space. Oh, we love some Mode 7. That is a round boy. Okay, I think K-Max said this is his favorite of the boss. Or no, his second favorite. It's certainly his top 5. He's just a black blob. You can never enter the Koopa Kingdom. I banish you to forever twinkle in the heavens begone. We have fun around here on Let Us Play. No! Ah, this is the Mario Galaxy prototype. Oh, he's a little faster than I remember. Yeah, yeah, it might help if I hit the posts. Ah, it was too slow. There we go. That's how you do it. Oh no, he's angry. I have angered the raven. There we go. We got him. Quoth the Angry Raven, nevermore! Well, no, I think to quote the Angry Raven would be more like, knock it off! Yoshi's gonna come to your house and blow it up in the clouds. Let that be a lesson. No rhymes now, I mean it. Anybody got a peanut? A final world. We are not... Well, we could maybe finish this today, but probably not. Scary Skeleton Goonies! Ow. Ow! Ooh, I don't feel like we're beating this world today. Not with how I'm playing. Well, why were you on fire? Okay, bye. That Shy Guy was on fire. That is not normal. Don't normalize on fire Shy Guys. How shy are Shy Guys? They're pretty shy. They never take off their mask. Peter, I am genuinely impressed. You made a modern musical reference. The Shy Guy should do stop, drop, and roll, but I don't think Bowser has safety seminars for his employees. It's a real problem. Advocates in the Mushroom Kingdom have been working for years to get the proper safety training and equipment for his workers, but, you know. Because they have to work around lava all the time, and that's so dangerous to, like, just be around, because, like, it's toxic, and... No, I missed the this is the downside of this art style, is like the way the edges look. Okay, that was just me slipping. That was just me screwing up. And getting impatient because I'm like, oh, I've done this section before. I know how to do it fast. We barely made it in there. Let's get out of here. This is a silly place anyway. I have a 90s song. I want no fly guy. Just watch that guy. I screwed that up because you're supposed to lower this first, I think. Oh, come on. Oh no. I am out of eggs. Oh, this is terrible. Ah. Okay. No, just finish the level. Yoshi, please. Okay, I think I remember where 3 things are. Okay, plus 10. That was... Yes! Yo, chat, did we do the clean sweep of all 7 pairs? Let's go. $10 up? I didn't know that's what you got if you got them all. It's a shame it doesn't save the 1-ups between, like, when you turn it off. That is something that's always annoyed me about this kind of game. Because there's no reason it can't in the SRAM. The Cave of the Bandits. Nope, 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 nope. I thought this was the Cave of Bandits, not the Cave of Fire. You mean to tell me the bandits live in this fire? No! Don't steal my baby! Oh my goodness, you are a tenacious one. I think if I touch the lava down there, it's going to hurt. I don't have any proof of that as of right now, but call it a hunch. What do you mean he can Hadouken? Oh, the lava's a one-hit kill. Interview went okay. You thought this fellow is very to the point and he's hard to read. Fair to err on the side of caution. That's fair. But I'm glad to hear that it went at least okay. Yep. People who are hard to read are both simultaneously the best person to give an interview and also the worst person to have an interview with. No! It's my baby. Get your own baby. No, I'm trying to get the flower, actually, my dude. 2 Hadokens? Why? Why? Just why? Who looked at this game and said, you know what we need? An enemy that can Hadouken. He didn't do very much of the getting to know you stuff, straight to business. Ah. Give back my baby. Add Hadouken to Goth. It could be a sound alert. Wearing an Astros jersey and didn't want to talk sports threw me off. Why is he wearing an Astros jersey if he's giving an interview? That's weird. Like, that is not professional business attire. He's in Houston, it's opening day. That's still weird. But what do I know? The last time I had a job interview was technically... if I can math while playing this, 14 years ago. He apologized. Okay, well, at least he acknowledged it. If the Astros a professional team... Okay, listen here, you. Nope. Beware the spinning logs. I have a feeling if I'm standing on one of these when it moves, it's gonna yeet me. Oh no, it is Touch Fuzzy, Get Dizzy, Redo. This game has cursed me twice with that joke. Even watching other platforms makes you nervous, that's valid. Especially this one where you get... Oh, Yoshi has a little bit of a problem with the Fuzzy. He can quit anytime he wants. You drank too much. Ooh. That's right about the eating. They do, in fact, eat you. You have a little bit of a grace period, but not like a huge one. Play it safe, Yoshi. By Yoshi, I mean Father Evan. Father Yoshi. Oh, we made it out of that whole section without touching a single fuzzy. Okay, that one launched me straight up. Except they're not helpful. Yeah, that's why, I don't know what I just did there, but I did a thing. I think I abused physics. Again. Oh, I got so lucky with how that one launched me straight up. Tap, tap the red nose. No! I was like right on the edge of the thing and then it decided that no, I wasn't. So would this be the last interview, Mel, or would there be one more still? think there's one board, just going off of what your friend Michael was going through. I was more going into the local office to meet with everything. That makes sense as a final interview. Well, I hope the results are good and this is a boss that we have already faced before. Now it's just a random enemy. This is truly the Souls-like of platformers. Is he gonna give us the key? Yep. It's straight sales and yeah. You can only help with crooked sales. One of these days, Peter, you'll set your path straight. Believe in you. Everyone loves a good maze. No, 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 where's the baby? Where's the baby? There is the baby. And we have to fight this boss again. Only now, I'm gonna have to restart that boss. I have played Thousand Year Door. Not on stream, although we could at some point on JRPG Monday. Or not JRPG, just RPG Monday. I've done non-JRPGs. Okay, at least this is in a small environment, so the ricochets of the eggs should help us. Nope. Oh, that was a wasted egg. No, 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 no! Why am I wasting all my eggs? Yeah, the Paper Mario games, well, the originals were really good. We don't talk about Sticker Star or anything after that. Origami King. Oh, I'm supposed to wrap up now, but I want to finish the level. Okay, 2 eggs left is a pretty good amount. No! Come on! Yeah, the fact that there is no way to get eggs in this room is so annoying. You know, at least they give you this room over here that has eggs, but it's like... And you have to run past these rats who can steal your eggs. So it's like really annoying. Okay, that was a good start. Good start. No! God, darn it! I didn't mean to go back into the pipe. Okay, this is looking good. This is looking good. Oh, we did it. We did it, chat. It's like, if this doesn't give me a key, I will rage quit. No, we do not have sympathy for the blob. The blob knows what it did. He's doing his little blobby best. Mr. Blobby? Shout out to anyone who knows the monstrosity that is Mr. Blobby. Someone thought that was a good idea for children's entertainment. What do you mean that didn't... Why? Why would I be on a platform on lava if it doesn't do the sailing with the thing and the... This game really makes you feel like Yoshi. In all the worst ways. Right, you're just supposed to stand on it, not use left and right. Heaven forbid that you try to use the controls. What's more tedious, this or Factorio? They're different kinds of tedious. I walk into Factorio knowing it's going to be tedious, and I want it. I walk into this going, I'm going to play a fun 2D platformer that I have great memories of. And then I get to certain sections and go, oh no, why? I don't trust this fish. Like I said, I don't trust this fish. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's face the boss. Oh, okay. I already see what I need to do. How did you? I never expected you to get this far. Now it's over. Your game ends here. See, he knows it's a video game. I just have to play Breakout. Ow. You made the baby upset. Thank you for telling me where you were. Yes, keep stepping towards that hole near the lava. That's exactly what I need you to do. Oh, that works. Wow! Crazy, all these bosses can be defeated with the cunning use of eggs. You know? You're underestimating eggs. Kamek in the movie. No, I could never do such a thing. Ah, there we go. Okay. Only 4 levels left. Maybe we'll do this on Tuesday. Do this and then Minecraft to wrap this up. Anyway. that is where we're going to have to call it for the day. So thank you so much for tuning in to Let Us Play. I've been your host, Father Evan. It's been good to be with y'all today, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Join us again tomorrow. I'll be over on P. Tony's channel, slash probably also streaming here, I imagine, with his tech wizardry. I'm on Game of Favorites. Come root for me. It should be fun. It's fairy tale themed. Monday, back to Kingdom Hearts 3. And Tuesday, I guess this and Minecraft just to kind of chill. Because after that, there are no streams for 2 weeks because I'm taking some vacation time. I'm blessed that I'm in a position where I can do a working vacation over Easter. So like I'm a chaplain on a trip, but you know it's still a trip. So it should be good. Anyway, I think that's everything. So thank you to everyone who's liked, followed, subscribed, given bits, gifted subs, all that good jazz. Thank you for checking out the YouTube and the Discord. I hope you have a great rest of your day. A vacation. It is a vacation that is enabled by my vocation. Anyway, let's see whose live that we can raid into. Do you think priests were allowed to go on vacation? Canon law gives us 4 weeks vacation. That is 4 7-day weeks. Anyway, we're gonna go to Katie Fu. She's doing a sick day marathon. Go give her some love. Wish her well. Raid call is Father Raid. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And hope to see you tomorrow for Game of Favorites. If I don't see you, I hope you have a great weekend. Take care. God bless.